Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl, Miss Tasha Talks Life. Happy Independence Day. Um, whew. Welcome to the Sis Stop Sulkin podcast. Let me just say, before I get into this topic, I am still on cloud nine. For those that do not know, and if you follow me on social media, you absolutely know. I hosted my first in-person masterclass, Sis Stop Sulkin, the masterclass, on last Saturday. So the school year ended on the 24th, the masterclass was on the 25th, and I took a whole week-long break. I am just so overwhelmed, still on cloud nine, still super humbled and excited about the results and about the feedback. Everything just worked out so beautiful. So I am super excited. I was also exhausted because the end of the school year, plus I don't know what made me book it on the day after the end of the school year, but I did. And you know what? That's what goes into this topic, right? I kind of feel like every time I decide to do something, I kind of get in my head and it takes me some time to like really just jump out there and do it. So the title of today's episode 40 is Sis Stop Waiting. Okay. So I had to keep telling myself that because I've been sitting on the masterclass for a little bit. I did a few virtual events prior to this one, but I wanted it to be perfect, which isn't a thing. I wanted this amount of people, which can't be predicted, right? And so I said, you know what? I'm going to pick a date and I'm just going to stick with it. And I just so happened to pick a date at the last day, the day after the last day of school, but it all worked out because guess what? God's plan is always greater. I pray for divine alignment. I pray for divine interference, and I leap. So just a little bit, I had a videographer. You can go to my social media at Tasha Talks Life to get a feel for the vibe and the energy that was in the building. It was just amazing. So if you missed it, I am so sorry. Do not miss the next one because there is going to be another masterclass. I'm still deciding if I'm going to do in person or virtual because I know that there was a lot of women that are not in state that wanted to attend. So I'm possibly going to do the next one. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that one virtually, the virtual experience. And then in the next quarter, do a big one with more women with more women in attendance, and also maybe a panel. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just so excited. God is so good, and he is in the midst of things that are going on in my life right now, my personal life. He is still showing up. He is still showing out. And he is also telling me to keep moving, keep growing, keep going forward. So we're going to get right into it. Today's quote is, "God, I trust you," by Miss Tasha Talks Life. The thing is, when you're doing something big, or when you're doing something different, or when you're doing something powerful, impactful, there's always going to be this feeling of fear, this feeling of not feeling worthy, self-doubt. And that's all presented, or that's all present to stop you from doing what you are called to do. And so I want to say, don't wait, leap, trust God, and importantly, increase your discipline, increase your self-discipline. And that's really what it boiled down to for me, is because I pretend like I want it to be perfect, but when actuality being perfect or looking for perfection is a form of procrastination. And so I had to say, okay, this is, as long as my content and my presentation was on point, I had to jump. I had to do what needed to be done so that, number one, to get it done. I love to say done is the new perfect. I also like to say fail fast. Not that you're anticipating failing, but the faster you do things, the faster you can self-reflect and make it better. And so today I want to talk about Sis Stop Waiting and increase your self-discipline. Increasing your self-discipline is doing things despite how you're feeling. Doing things that you know you must do, doing things that you need to do, doing things that are important despite how you feel, right? Like, and this goes for anything, because a lot of times people look at self-discipline as doing things that are hard or doing things, yeah, it may be good for you, but it's not necessarily pleasing, right? And so that's not what self-discipline is. I look at self-discipline as doing anything that I don't necessarily feel that I can do, or things that I feel worthy of, like, okay, increasing your self-care, doing something for yourself. That's not a bad thing, or that's not a thing that's going to stretch you per se, but you have to be disciplined enough to schedule it, disciplined enough to really decide to do it for you and not worry about feeling guilty or not worry about cleaning the house, whatever the case is, right? So there's 3 little points that I have for self-discipline and why you need to attack it anyway. Number 1, self-discipline is the greatest form of self-love. It's the greatest form of self-love. And that's because when you are disciplined, whether you say you want to lose weight, whether you say you want to increase your finances and save money, whether you say you want to get out of debt, whether you say that you like anything that you want to do for yourself, self-discipline is necessary. So that's the biggest form, or the greatest form of self-love, is being disciplined enough to do it regardless of how you feel. And I taught this in the masterclass too. Don't wait to be motivated. Start and get motivated, because motivation is not always present. So if you just do it anyway, and as you start to see the change in you, whatever it may be, the change in your bank account, the change in your body, the change in your mindset, the change at your job, whatever it is, you will become motivated to see more of that. The other point is ignoring current pleasures for future rewards. So let's go back to the weight example. If I want to lose weight, I have to ignore the cheesecake that I love on the kitchen table so that I can enjoy the future reward of losing the weight that I want to lose. If I increase my self-discipline, I can ignore the current pleasure of having a brand new designer bag in exchange for the future reward of having more money in my bank account, or hitting the goal that I set for myself. If I want to increase, if I want to, let me see, I can ignore the current pleasure of taking a nap for the future reward of my house being clean, right? So that's a good point for me, is ignoring the current pleasure for the future reward. And that's a hard thing, because we all live in the moment. We live right now. This is happening. I can start again tomorrow, but that's why you need the discipline. That's why you need to cultivate action to get started. Cultivate action, increase that self-discipline. And the third point is loving yourself enough to do what needs to be done in pursuit of what was made for you. Loving yourself enough. So I and that does tie into the greatest form of self-love, but just knowing that you can have, be, and do all the things that you desire. You can absolutely do it. You can absolutely achieve it. First, you have to believe it. You have to feel it. Excuse me, back up. First, you have to see it. If you can see it, you can have it. So you want to see the goal. You want to see the weight. Look, how do you look outside of that? You want to see the bank account, the money in the bank account. Then you want to believe in your heart of hearts that you are worthy and that you deserve it. Why not you? Right? Why not you? Like, listen, let me tell you, I think it's Pastor Mike Todd talks about crazy faith, right? And when I see other women winning and other women going for the bag, or other women impacting so many lives, why not me? If that is what God is truly calling for you, and if that is what God is really aligning you with, why not you? So visualization, seeing it, feeling it, believing it, and then acting on it, and disciplining yourself to go for it. It is Independence Day, not my Independence Day, but it's Independence Day, and we are celebrating. I definitely am going to be looking for a barbecue later, but I'm here doing what I'm supposed to do for the later or future reward of what is to come. Right. And I love myself enough to do what needs to be done in pursuit for what God has for me. I got to do my part. Right. He says, ask and ye shall receive. Yeah. But don't ask and just sit there and think that it's just going to fall into your lap. You got to work. Faith without works is dead. Right. So self-discipline is the greatest form of self-love, ignoring current pleasures for future rewards, loving yourself enough to do what needs to be done in pursuit of what was made for you. And that's why even with like just working out and stuff, I'm really trying to I'll be 42 this year, and I want to be in the best shape of my life. I want to be in the best shape of my life. And that is going to require me to ignore my ignore my current pleasures of Hawaiian rolls for the future reward of my 42nd birthday, looking snatched and in shape and healthy, skin glowing, booty round, waist thin, right? So I have created an ebook, How to Cultivate Action ebook, which talks about the importance of self-discipline. It gives you tips on how to jumpstart your journey to being self-disciplined and all the things. You can find this on my website at tashatalkslife.com. You can download it and start implementing it today. It's free, right? So go to my website, tashatalkslife.com, and download your ebook, How to Cultivate Action. Stay tuned. If you are not on my email list, I don't know what you're doing. Go to my website and join the email list. I'm always giving tips, hacks, strategies, just, helping you to become the best version of yourself, intentionally living your life of purpose on purpose. This is a journey that I am on, and I am sharing with every sister that I can. So join my email list. Make sure that you are, a part of the community that is growing, the Ladies Living Life community. And yeah, so before we close, of course, we're going to end with our mindset declarations. And I want you to take your time, repeat them after me. I want you to write them down. At this point, we've been at 40 episodes in. You should have a journal. You should be writing these declarations down, speaking life over yourself. That's the power in the tongue. I am reading this book. My goal is to read about 60 books a year. Last year, I read, I want to say maybe like 20 something. This year, I started off very slow. And I think I'm about 3 books in. So I have a lot I definitely, my goal is to get to 60 a year, but I'm definitely trying to surpass my goal from last year, if nothing else. So I am on a mission to reading more books. Right now, I am reading Jose Silva. Let me see. Jose Silva, right. Jose Silva, The Silver Mind Control Method, the revolutionary program by the founder of the world's most famous mind control course, Jose Silva. So this book, because you guys know that I specialize in mindset work as a coach. I'm a certified life coach, but I specialize in mindset because I believe nothing starts, nothing happens if it's not first your mind, if you do not have the mindset for it. So that's my new book that I'm reading, and I'm almost finished. And I'm learning so much. And as I learn, I turnkey and you learn. As I learn, I give it to you. So before, so yes, I just want to share that really quick. So here we go with the mindset declarations. I am already equipped to do hard things. I do what needs to be done, even when I don't feel like doing it. I am in control of my thoughts, choices, and actions. Okay, so don't forget to write those down. Again, share this episode with a friend. Also, please leave a 5-star review if you got something out of it. Please leave a 5-star review. You can write something. You can, it's like, I think you can put like a nickname or whatever. And just that's your way of helping, giving back. If you have a product or service and you would like it to be sponsored on the show, you can also do that. You can email me at coach@tashatalkslife.com or slide in my DM, Tasha Talks Life on Instagram. But I thank you, ladies and gents, for tuning into another episode. It means so much to me. There's so much that there's so far that we have come from where we started. And I'm just grateful for you guys on being on the journey with me. I do not take that lightly. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, be well, be blessed, and remember, your past does not dictate your future. Till next time.